to the Altair SimLab tutorial. In this tutorial, we will see how to perform the crank pay option. Let's consider a small example. Let's see the problem description. In this, we will see how to define a crank fillet first, and then how to define a crank pay. Now, let's import the model. Import the GDA file as shown here. View the model at a particular location, and let's see how to define the crank fillet and how to define the crank pay options. Go to Advanced, go to Crank Train, select the crank fillet option. In this, we will use the fillet geometry option. So the steps are as been shown here. We will just define the start point. We will define the vector, we'll define the axis, we'll define the angle and number of layers, we'll select the fillet, and then we will click Export. So define a start point first. You can select a node or vertex to enter the values. To select one of the nodes as shown here, then define the vector. Here it defines the direction in which the profile will be created. Select two nodes. Click OK. Now let's define the axis. The axis revolution through which the profile has to be revolved. Let's define the cylindrical face as the option here. Click OK. Define the angle. The angle defines the angle of revolution, and revolution will happen on both the sides of the profile plane. So enter the value as shown here, and now define the number of layers. Here the number of layers are required along the circumference of the profile. So enter the value as shown here. So you can define the thickness as 0.1 and the number of layers as 1. And now you can select the fillet faces. You can now export the specification file as a XML file. So define this as the fillet.xml file, which is the fillet1 XML file, and say save. Now similarly define for the rest of the fillets. Now define the start point, define the vector as shown here by selecting the two nodes. Define the axis, which is the cylindrical face. You can define the angle, define the number of layers, and select the fillet faces. Now you can export this again as a fillet2 XML file. Now similarly define for the last fillet. Select the start point. Define the vector by selecting the two nodes. Then define the axis again by selecting the cylindrical faces. Enter the number of angles, the number of layers, the thickness value and the number of layers, and then select the fillet faces. Again, export this as the fillet3 XML file. And click Save. Now this is how you can define the crank fillet option. Now let's define the crank bay. In this, we will select the cylindrical faces, we'll import the submodel profile, we'll define the cut sections, we'll choose the connection type, we'll also define the reference planes, and we'll also define the volume mesh and generate the mesh. So you can click on the insert row. You can select the cylindrical face or the group. In the submodel profile, select the fillet XML file, which is the XML file that contains the definition of the crank fillet. So select the first fillet one XML file. Then define the cut locations. You can select different options, which is no cut, center, 1/4 from both the sides, or user defined plane. So we will be selecting the no cut option here. So details of different options has been shown here. You can select either of one of the options. Now similarly, you can insert the second row. Select the second cylindrical face. Select the second fillet to XML file, and again define the cut location as center. And similarly, you can define the third fillet XML file by selecting the cylindrical faces and define the cut location as no cut. Now you can define the connection type. We'll be selecting here as the type contact. Let's define the reference plane for the set creation. You can select the planar face as the option and click OK. And also you can set the volume mesh parameters. We'll select the dead 10 curve edges and we'll define the parameters as shown here. And we'll click OK. You can export the model before you give OK. You can export this as an XML file again, and you can reuse this later. You can click OK now. So you can see that the crank bay option has been generated here. You can zoom to the particular location and see the definition of the fillet generation that has been generated here. You can invert the transparency of the main crank fillet body, and then you can check how the different fillets have been defined, and how the contact also has been defined, and how the RB body has been created. You can go to the loads and constraint browser. You can check that the node sets and the solid element sets have been created using the nodes elements in the crank fillet. You can also check the cut section and just see the connectivity between the bodies, which is between the fillet and the crank model. So there will be a complete connectivity between the fillets and the crank part body, which has been generated.